face, baby. Oh, all right, look, my setup, it ain't like wires are not everywhere like it was before. I'm cleaning up a little bit, like it's starting to look a little better because I'm about to add new monitors. I'm about to go check out 3 allegedly true paranormal horror stories. Now the paranormal ones, like these ones it's kind of hard because they are believable because sometimes things do be happening around you. Like how the heck did that just happen? Like bro, it was one video I uploaded and I don't know who caught it out, but I did not catch it. But I think it was during a scary one. I can't remember. But the freaking paper behind me just happened like the fall, like boom, like out of nowhere, bro. It was like no wind, nothing in here, nothing. It just like freaking fell. But I didn't know until someone called it out on the freaking in the comment section. I was like, oh my god, talk about dumb creepers. But like stuff like that is what made me think like paranormal stuff like legit believable. But also it's easy to to fake it as well. So that's why paranormal thing is kind of like a 50-50 iffy type situation. Because some things you look like that like it was a little stage where anyway, it don't matter about to go check out 3 allegedly true paranormal horror stories by Mr.Nightmare. Check out the video. Link in the description below, but let's go. That like button real quick. See something like that, boy, James. My lips are
27 years old, living with my brother James in a house we share. Never had anything severely strange or abnormal happen to me in my life. But there was this one week that I experienced this strange series of events. It started on what I thought would be a normal night like any other. I was in the kitchen washing the dishes before getting ready for bed. Suddenly, a plastic cup came crashing to the floor, and the sound of it made me jump and spin around from the sink. I saw the blue plastic cup bounce a few times, then fall dead on the floor. This was one of the cups that sits up top the cabinet.
See, I'd have thought maybe
I knew it had to have been sitting upright though. I had no idea what kind of force could have knocked it off the cabinet. It made no logical sense. I picked it up and put it back on the cabinet.
If it fall again.
That wasn't the last strange event that night though. While in bed with the blinds shut, there was suddenly a strange, very faint glow in my room. It came through the blinds. I flipped over onto my side and tried to peek under the crack at the bottom of the blinds, but I couldn't see anything. Honestly, as weird as it was, I was so comfortable in bed and was too lazy to go lift the blinds. I dismissed the light as something like a street light having a new bulb or something.
That's what I was thinking.
I know, a little ridiculous, but at the time I had no reason to suspect anything paranormal.
A damn UFO. Alright, bro, stop!
The next day I was home alone when James was at work. It was a dark, stormy day, and the house was constantly rumbling from the thunder, so when I heard a cup fall from the kitchen, I associated it with the thunder.
Yeah, oh shoot, hold up. Okay, so this one, yeah, I'd have been thinking the same thing, like, alright, you know what, with the first cup falling, it's like, things like that have a plastic cup, like, I don't know, anything could have blew it down. Same thing I was thinking about the paper behind me, which I pray to God that's all it was. But, like, stuff like that happened. But then when it was like the light, I'd have also thought of like maybe a street light, something like that. These are things I would have probably myself would have like just bypassed, like it's probably nuts, whatever. And then when while it's now thundering, like many things could fall at this point. So this one is kind of like, if I was in a situation, I'm like, I don't know, it could have been this, could have been that, could have been this. Now if it's like I'm sitting here in my closet door, just boom, like fly open. Now that I'm like, all right, no, hell no, I'm getting the hell up out of here.
The blue plastic cup I'd carefully put back on the cabinet yesterday.
Just stop putting it on the damn cabinet.
There was no way thunder could have knocked it down from where it was. I put it on the counter and stood there, confused and a bit shaken, looking around the kitchen, not knowing what to think. As I was standing in the kitchen, I heard a creak in the floor above me.
Oh hell no, somebody in
there. The room
there.
above me was actually my bedroom. I went to the stairs and called up for James, but I instantly remembered he wasn't home.
Oh no, pew!
Maybe it was the thunder shaking the whole house.
Boy, the thunder don't walk.
But still, I had to check my room just for peace of mind. I went up the stairs to my room and turned on the lights, given that all the rooms in the house were dark due to the weather. My room is square-shaped with 2 big closets. The room was clear, as were the closets, so I shut the light and went back downstairs. That night, when James got home, I had a discussion with him about the strange events that had been taking place.
Watch, he gonna say he been knowing this and stuff
too.
He
said he hadn't been aware of any of it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Still, nothing that happened up until that point was extremely unusual. For the rest of the night, things were normal. I fell asleep with ease.
Nah, James, you sleeping up here, bro.
Hour in the night. It was still dark.
You can call me gay all you want. James gonna be here, bro.
It was 2 in the morning. I rolled back on my side and shut my eyes. When I heard the distinct sound of a finger tapping on a window, I could feel my heart in my throat.
On the window?
I didn't know why someone would be knocking at my window.
They stuck out there because I ain't opening
to
it.
see who could be out there. But for some reason, it took me that long to realize I was on the second floor of the house. Therefore, nobody could be on the outside of my window.
Boy, you got to go. This house.
Pushed the sheets off my body and flipped to face the window. There was no one standing there on the inside though. So I lifted the blind, and there was no one outside either. Still, I knew that I heard what I heard, and I knew I hadn't been imagining or dreaming it. I ran to my brother's room and started freaking out. I don't know whether he believed me or not. Quite frankly, I don't think I'd believe me if I hadn't experienced it. I slept in the living room that night, and it's been 3 weeks now without any paranormal incidents. I never believed in the supernatural until this happened.
I see, like, stuff like this is a perfect example. I said, bro, like, paranormal stuff, like, it's iffy. Like, at first, he's like a knock on the window, like, okay, probably somebody homeless, probably somebody that's like outside, just in the rain, whatever. But he's like, I'm on the second floor, like, nah, bro, I'm getting the hell up about this. I'm getting the hell up out this freaking house. I'm about to say hell and heck at the same time. I'm getting the hell up out this freaking house, bro, because like. At that point, that's too much. Like, for one, you hear walking upstairs and you home by yourself. Nah, it wasn't thunder, bro. Thunder don't walk, trust me. And on top of that, you hear somebody knock at the window. Like, it's either that room or something mess with you. But then when I read about like paranormal stories, or even when people like tell me like real like paranormal like stuff, just kind of like the movie also, it's never the house though. It's usually paranormal stuff. It's stuff that kind of follows you. Like my bad. That kind of follows like with the person, whatever. So that's why it's like. It's really, from what I hear about it, because I'm not like an expert on it, it's like there's no escaping that type of crap, which is like dummy scary. Gonna get that good ad revenue there, Mr. Nightmare. The music and the voice he used to be creeping me out, boy.
I once took a road trip from New Hampshire to Florida.
That's a motel.
I had to stop at a hotel to sleep overnight when I was about halfway there.
That definitely ain't no hotel.
It was some old, somewhat dilapidated hotel that rested off the highway on a quiet road.
Oh no, them
There
scary
were
movie
like
ones.
2 cars in the parking lot.
No.
There were definitely not a lot of guests. The lady at the front desk was very robotic and seemed bored with her job.
I'm gonna tell you a story after
She
this.
seemed to fit the atmosphere of the hotel perfectly. The lobby was full of tacky chairs and tables you'd expect to find put out on the curb.
Oh man, get
The
up out of there, bro.
wallpapers were all dated and equally tacky. Didn't matter though, I wasn't staying there for the luxury. Just for the night and for the convenience. It was late when I checked in, so when I got in the room, all I did was take out my toothbrush and brush my teeth before jumping into the hotel bed. I turned out the lamp next to the bed and tried to go to sleep, not looking forward to the long day of driving I had ahead of me the next day. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I looked at the bedside clock to be sure that it was almost midnight.
Nope.
I went to the door and looked through the peephole. Apparently the peephole didn't work though, because I couldn't see out into the hallway.
Because someone scratched it!
All I saw was black.
This is set up!
I looked down at the crack under the door, but didn't see any outlines of feet blocking the light. So I opened the door just a little bit to peek into the hallway. When I didn't see anyone standing in front of the door, I opened it fully and then peeked down both sides of the hallway. It was clear. So I had to suddenly question if someone in this relatively vacant hotel was pranking me. I shut the door, locked it with the bolt this time,
You just let him
went
in,
to
my
lay
guy.
back down in the bed.
You let him in.
But then it happened again, a knock at the door. This time I jumped out of the bed, ran to the door, and checked the peephole again.
It don't work.
Shockingly, all I saw was the empty hallway outside. But it hit me. This time I could actually see through the peephole. I unbolted the door and opened
Someone
it.
finger was on it the last.
I looked down both sides of the hallway again, and there was no one. This was where I drew the line. I grabbed the key to the room and went to the lady at the front desk. I told her someone kept knocking on my door.
She gonna say anybody
I
else
politely
here?
asked her to check the cameras to see who it could be. She said they didn't have cameras in the hallways. Her reaction also wasn't what I was hoping for. She seemed very calm and disconcerted with what I told her.
She part of it, my guy.
She said in a calm voice there was only one other guest in the whole building. Then she just stared blankly at me. I'm not sure how she thought her response properly acknowledged my concern,
crazy!
or what she expected me to say, but I could tell she wouldn't be of any help with the matter, so I left her and went back to my room. I locked the door with a bolt again. This time I put on my headphones and put on one of those 10-hour sleep relaxation videos on YouTube.
Hey, I watched those too.
This would not only help me get to sleep, but block out any possible future sounds from whoever was deciding to mess with
Ain't
me.
gonna block on no damn ghosts.
And it worked. For a while, at least. Eventually, I flipped from my side to my back, just looked around the room. My head froze when I was staring at the corner.
Somebody there.
I sat up to try to get a closer look at what I thought I was seeing. I swear it looked like a giant humanoid figure, like a 10-foot-tall human, standing right in the corner, head to the ceiling. When I put that image together in my head, I felt a sudden rush of horror in my body. I jumped across the bed to flick on the lamp, but when the room lit up, there was nothing in that corner.
Man, I'm out of there, bro.
I simply sat there with my heart beating, probably 200 beats per minute. I gave myself a couple minutes to calm down before shutting the light back off and laying back down on my side. I still had the headphones in my ears, playing the relaxation.
This cannot be real. My bad, I think myself back on sync. Oh my god.
I gave myself a couple minutes to calm down before shutting the light back off and laying back down on my side. I still had the headphones in my ears, playing the relaxation video. It helped calm me down a little bit. I didn't last even 2 minutes without sitting back up and examining the room again, however. And there it was in the corner, what looked to be a 10-foot-tall humanoid figure.
Oh!
I crawled to the edge of the bed to get as close a look as I could, before practically shitting myself. I saw what I was sure was a long arm at the side, moving.
I don't see nothing.
I dove to turn on the lamp again, and the corner was empty again. I didn't stick around that time. I packed up my few things in a matter of seconds and left the room.
Clown.
I gave the key to the woman and said I'm checking out early.
I would have threw that key, I'm gone.
She didn't even say a word as I stormed out that front door of the hotel. I continued driving until I found another hotel, where I fell fast asleep with no supernatural
I just drive to the next city. Hell no. Bro, this made me think of the movie, you guys ever seen the movie Vacancy? It's hella freaking good. But yo, alright, so anyway, so me and my boy, me and my boy Justin, we was in Arizona, and we had flew down to Texas to get my car and then drive it back, because I was in Arizona for college, and I didn't bring my car. Long story, you don't need to know that. So anyway, we end up flying home to get my car to drive it back to Arizona so that way I can have a car. So on the way there, we stopped at, I want to say El Paso. I don't think it was. It was a little small town in Texas, because most of your drive is in Texas when you're going from Texas to Arizona, because Texas is so freaking huge. But anyway, we get to this little bitty town, bro, so freaking creepy. I mean, we walked into this Walmart, and I kid you not, like double the size of this wall. You probably can see it on this wall. Double the size of this wall, full of missing freaking kids, bro. Not people, kids. I kid you not, it was legit like a damn scary movie. Usually when you go like an actual Walmart, probably like in your town, you'll see like a poster, anybody missing people, whatever. I don't think they do that anymore, but they used to. But it had like a good 10, 15 on there. I mean, this wall was full of missing kids, bro. So freaking creepy, bro. And then we get to this little hotel, whatever. It was like, because we was like, we're just gonna stop somewhere cheap, because we only gonna be here for probably like a good 5 hours just to get some sleep. So no point to get like no big Hyatt or nothing. So we go in there, and this dude's at the front desk, right? Teeth like beyond messed up. He's just a little dirty. He fit like a perfect Texas Chainsaw movie, and the hotel did also. And we go in, and we see, yeah, so we just need one room, whatever, for the night. Boom, boom. He's like, oh, you guys just need one room together, huh? And so I'm looking like, yeah, we just need one room. He's like, 1 or 2 bed. I was like, 1 bed because it'd be cheaper. Because I was like, look, you get the bed, I get the couch, or I get the couch, you get the bed, whatever, vice versa. And, so boom, was like, all right. So he's like, oh, you want 1 bed? I gotta use it together. And he's like, like that. I kid you not making this up. But when he was laughing at his there, I'm like, nope, because this dude obviously trying to make us be hella freaking gay in the room, and he probably got cameras in there. He probably gonna kill us. We gonna hella wake up dead. So I was like, oh yeah, that'd be good. Let's get that room. I was like, let me get my ID out the car. Let me get my wallet out the car, whatever. Man, I went in that car, bro, because my everything's in my pocket. I'm like, I am not sitting here. We went to the truck, whatever. Soon as we walk out the door, the X like the ding, the door, you open it. We darted into the car, boy, took the car, and freaking skirted out of there, bro. We both in the car cracking up, laughing, like, bro, like, there's no way I'm about to stay in that freaking hotel. My camera probably did. Let me check it though. Okay, it went inside. But it didn't hit me until we started driving, like, this is the inner story. It didn't hit me until we started driving, like, for about a good hour. Now I was like, what if someone hopped in the backseat of this damn truck, whatever? So I'm like, I wake my boy, like, hey, bro, just look at the backseat, just make sure you don't see them feel around everything. But luckily, when nobody back there. But it was the creepiest crap ever. Like, no, people are freaking crazy, dude. Clown.
As a kid, I had a bedroom on the first floor. Money was a little tight, and our mom was taking care of 4 kids.
That's an empty room.
I was the youngest, so I had the little room. My room was next to the living room, a small square room with wood flooring. There were 2 big vents in the floor in this room in 2 opposite corners, and also 2 vents in the ceiling. My bed took up half the room. Like I said, it was a very small room. I'll keep it short and straight to the point. I was 13 years old doing my homework on my bed since I didn't have a desk in my room. when I heard a child's laughter.
No.
I went outside my room to look around the living room and kitchen for any of my siblings. Everyone seemed to be upstairs, though. Usually in these kinds of stories, you hear people say they just chalk these kinds of things up to their imagination. But that's stupid. I definitely heard that laughter. There's no way I imagined something so clear. I continued my homework, but with one ear perked up listening for any other suspicious sounds. Eventually enough time passed that I was able to move past it. In fact, it seems it was just about when I was able to get over it that I heard it again. A child's laughter. Or more so, giggling, I should say. This time it went on longer. It wasn't coming from outside my room. It was somewhere in the room.
Oh, hell no!
I figured one of my brothers were hiding from me. I followed the sound of the laughter, strangely to the corner of my room. Then I looked down at the vent on the floor. It was coming from inside the vent. I got down on my knees and pressed my ear up to the vent.
You got me messed up.
There was no more giggling at this point.
Could have stabbed you in your damn ear.
When there was a silence for a few seconds, I lifted my ear from the vent and then put my eyes up to the vent to get a peek inside. It took me a second to realize I was staring at a pair of eyes looking back up at me.
Boy, oh my
I shrieked like a
mama!
girl and screamed for my mom. She came storming into my room moments later, but of course the noises were gone, as were the eyes. My mom thought I was going crazy due to the lack of sleep.
Full blast.
But I refused to sleep in that room, so she let me sleep in her room that night. That went on for a week, actually, before she put her foot down. I spent the next 4 years in that same bedroom before we moved.
4 years?
Nothing paranormal ever happened to me since that one particular night.
Oh, stop that violin. That's hella scary, bro. Wait. No, bro. I'm sorry. You know what's funny, bro? Because our old house was in Arizona. I just always wondered that, like any house I'm at, apartments or whatever. I always wonder, like, what if someone is like looking at me through the vent or something like that, something stupid. I always think about stuff like that, but you know, I'm sure it's not because it's kind of small. It's kind of hard to get up in that mud and not look at the vent right there. But anyway, bro, if I hear some over and over and I see my eyes, bro, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the heat on full freaking blast, bro. Because if you in there, your ass about to burn up. You gonna have to come out. But again, what if he's like coming from somewhere from under the house and they go to bro and see this stuff like this is hella creepy, bro. Because it's funny because this one is easy to kind of relate. I can relate to a little bit because the second story, I was almost part of that situation, and I watched the movie Legacy, so I can kind of relate to that movie. I meant movie, not movie. No, I cannot to that situation. And then the third story is I always think about that anyway. Like, what if someone's in this freaking vent, or what if it's like a camera, or like something like that? I think about stuff like that, whatever. But that second story, bro, oh my god, that freaking hotel, no freaking way. And it was peeing me off because he kept turning off the light, go to bed. Like, if I'm laying there and I know damn well I'm seeing a figure in here, someone knock on the door and no one's there, I'm not turning the light back off. The light is staying on. TV's going on cartoons. My phone is going on freaking cartoons. Like, no, like I gotta calm down. So therefore, there's no lights coming on right now. Probably wouldn't even be able to go to sleep. And if I saw it again, like, no, it's like that. I am freaking gone. So you cannot pay me to freaking sit at that point. That's why those little ones. I almost say the little ones just like that, like those little rinky dink ones, like that was in the middle of nowhere. And that experience, like with the guy who was like trying to get us to do, you know what, whatever. That show, I'm like, nah, you know what? I would never in my life say a little hotel like this. No, I'm saying a legit one that has a name, like a popular name, whatever, and that's in the midst of a bunch of other stuff, not just off the highway, bam, right here by myself. Like, no, not saying that, bro. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, comment, share, it's amazing, guys. Awesome. Until next time, buddies. Charlie's out.